Hello, I'm Olivia for TCSN with your world news. On Thursday, November 20th in North Sinai, ISIS blows up a vehicle. Then the Egyptian soldiers in two trucks race to find out what happened, but on their way, ISIS kills all the soldiers in the trucks. Not only that, but ISIS video footage shows drive-by shootings and bomb blasts. Now to the video to show the footage.
This video posted on social media shows Ansar Beit al-Maqdis, or ABM's attacks growing more sophisticated, highlighting firefights with security forces, drive-by shootings, and suicide bombings.
ABM pledges their allegiance to ISIS. ABM operates primarily in northern Sinai and has been called for years the most dangerous part of Egypt. Since 2011, the group has been attacking Israeli interest in Sinai by repeatedly blowing up a gas pipeline leading from the Egyptian Red Sea to Israel. Hundreds of Egyptian groups have been slaughtered. In 2 months leading up to October 24th massacre in Karm el-Khawadis, the group more than doubled its attacks in North Sinai, killing 62 police officers and soldiers, according to Atwat Merisite, an Egyptian leader's affiliate. While looting weapons from Karm el-Khawadis, a militant proclaimed to the camera, "Tell the leader of ISIS, Abu Bakr, the leader of the faithful, militant groups, that you are coming here and we are your soldiers." Several other militant groups from the region have also pledged allegiance to ISIS, including Libya. ISIS and ABM form a great threat to the whole world. Now to Kendra with National News.
Thanks, Olivia. I'm Kendra Wilson with National News. 300 to 400 students were in Strozer Library on the Florida State University campus around 12:30 a.m. Thursday, studying for upcoming exams in December. Suddenly, gunshots were heard in the library, followed quickly by texts sent out to the students warning them to take refuge and stay away from windows. FSU students took action by shoving tables and bookshelves against doors to barricade themselves, much like the new Alice lockdown systems here at Noblesville West. The students also reached out to loved ones in tweets and texts. For example, Samantha Sillick messaged her father saying, "There's a man with a gun in the library, I love you." The Florida State and Tallahassee Police Department responded within 3 to 5 minutes of the first report. They met the shooter outside the library and asked him to drop his handgun. He did not listen and shot at the officers. They returned fire and the subject was killed. Fortunately, no one was killed except the shooter. One victim is in critical condition at the Tallahassee Memorial Health Care. A second victim was shot in the leg and is in good condition. A third victim was only grazed by a bullet. The third victim was treated and released at the scene. Everyone who was in a campus building was on lockdown and the police surrounded the library. Students were escorted from the library to the first floor of a nearby building where they were told to wait for a bus to take them from campus. The gunman was a man named Myron May. May graduated from Florida State University in 2005. In 2009, he graduated from Texas Tech University's law school. May practiced law in Texas and New Mexico. May moved back to the FSU area a few weeks ago. The school canceled all classes and exams Thursday because of the shooting. They offered counseling services to those directly and indirectly affected. According to De Leo, the chief of police, it appears that none of the victims were targeted for any specific reason. The police found evidence that Myron May was in a state of crisis. Thankfully, this situation was an isolated incident and it was one person acting alone. There is no indication of any threats to the university, the students, or the community at this time. There are many students who will be recovering physically and psychologically, and not just the students who are in the library. This is important to Americans because sadly school shootings do happen. Americans need to be prepared. Luckily, no one was killed at FSU, but that's not always the case. Students and teachers need to have an effective lockdown system in place at their schools so that if there is an intruder, everyone will be prepared. A student in the library said this about the shooting. "Yes, the students who were in the library were affected, but 40,000 students lost their sense of security." And now to Emily with State News.
Hi, I'm Emily Minot reporting on Statewide News. On Sunday, November 23rd, the last memorial service was held for Peter Kassig at Butler University. Kassig was a 26-year-old Indiana native who served as an Army Ranger, studied at Hanover and Butler, and funded a medical nonprofit to provide food, clothing, and medical supplies in Syria. He He was a journalist captured and held by ISIS and eventually killed as a symbol of their opposition to American beliefs. Although Kasich is gone, his legacy will be remembered. Every person that attended the funeral received a program with a quote on it saying, "It is my hope that someday we will all see that there is more between us that is the same than is different." Up next, we have Cecilia.
Thanks, Emily. Hi, I'm Cecilia, and I'm bringing you today's local news from Noblesville. This past month, an innovation class at Noblesville High School was sent to California to share their ideas and thoughts with Google, Facebook, and a Stanford class. Teacher Don Wettrick teaches a class at Noblesville High School where kids find their interests and passions and make in-class projects. Wettrick says the kids love it so much that they would even come in for a Saturday class. The class uses technology, their minds to create and think up great things. Many students say it's their favorite class of the day and recommend it to others. Buttrick makes it his goal to change education as a whole. His class breaks the basic mold of education and provides a free thinking environment for the students. They do things like write books, design toys, create apps, and form proposals for the city council. Innovation is a great way to find your passion and help others. And maybe someday you too will take this groundbreaking class. And with that, we'll take your questions.
Thank you, Cecilia. Hi, I'm Grace Cochran with your good news. Veteran Tyler Jeffries lost both of his legs in Afghanistan and went to walk again, and thought there was nothing more for him in life. Right now, there is about 21,565 wounded or dead soldiers from Afghanistan. Tyler was lucky to come out alive. His mom, Amelia, sat by his side every day and encouraged him to keep going. He is now walking again, and Tyler wanted to thank his mom with the gift of a lifetime. Tyler and 9 other wounded soldiers gave their mom a dream-small vacation. Tyler says it was a very deserved gift. What we can take from this is the love of mothers can be very strong, and without the encouragement from Tyler's mom, Tyler might not have made it. This has been TCSN. We will see you right back here next week with more news.